What are your favorite color combos of teams?
I have been dying for somebody to ask this question on this app because I think I have found the most correct answer, and I feel one of the more qualified people on this app to answer this question. Why I'm qualified? Well, hi, my name's Thomas. I'm a graphic designer for the Brooklyn Nets. I've been a full time graphic designer in sports for over 6 years now. I've been designing for close to a decade, and I got into this field because I love uniforms and designing uniforms, and I have spent so many hours, if not days, studying sports uniforms. Now, I agree with a lot of Kylie's husband's takes. The green and gold of the Athletics is fantastic. There's a lot of really good sports uniforms that are green. Travis had some solid ones too. I agree with the orange and the blues and all of that. But there's one color that neither of them mentioned that I think is the most elite color of all sports uniforms. It reigns supreme above everything else because anytime you see it, it's almost bound to look good. I've actually had to inform my friends and family that this is my new favorite color just in general because of how strong it is. The best color in all of sports is light blue, and that's because it goes with almost every color. Anytime you see light blue on the field, it is going to look immaculate. Let me break it down for you. You can do something clean and elegant like UNC with just the light blue and white. Maybe you throw in like a black outline around your letters every once in a while, but nothing too crazy. Similar to this year's Cavs City Edition jersey, just light blue and white, a little bit of black on the sides, super fire. Then we start to add in some color. Take the Chargers, powder blue and yellow. Very subtle, but very clean. Or you can ramp it up and add a lot of yellow and it just pops. You switch the yellow out for a red and you have one of the most iconic uniforms in NFL history, the Oilers. Even when the Oilers were just light blue and white only, those uniforms are still equally as iconic and as beautiful to look at. But when you add that pop of red, it just takes it to a whole extra level. Across the pond, light blue and maroon is a color used by Aston Villa, by West Ham, and so many other clubs. It's a great 1-2 punch. And I've been saying for years I'd love to see more and more teams start to use it. I know the Avalanche use it in the NHL. But when the Phillies finally brought these back a couple years ago, I knew that we were finally entering a golden age of light blue uniforms because as much as I hate to admit it as a Braves fan, this is spectacular, beautiful, 100%. It's a jersey that I would genuinely wear because I just love the way it pairs up. Not to mention, I am super excited to see this color combo with the Toronto Tempo. I know there's a lot to be said about this branding. Personally, I love it. And this color combo alone gets me so excited for this new team in the W. And if you want to get into the weeds arguing about shades of light blue, the Kraken have my favorite logo that's come out in the last few years. And the branding in and of itself is iconic. And I wouldn't make this video if I couldn't talk about what might be my favorite 1-2 punch, light blue and orange, specifically Lady Vols light blue and orange. There's something so iconic about it. For one, a color that only the women's teams use on their uniforms. The men's will occasionally use accents, but this is a women's team exclusive color, which is great, but it just pops so well. On the orange and white uniforms, it's a great tiny accent. On its own, it's wonderful, especially with all the different women's sports on UT's campus. There's something so great about the light blue. You can tell me whatever your favorite color combos are down in the comments, but